So Franchise Fest is an event that we put on here at Coconut, and it was born out of the fact that we used to run a lot of workshops through the year, 6 or 8 workshops all around franchise recruitment marketing, and they used to be spread throughout the year. And in the strategy meeting, we were like, well, how can we mix it up a bit the year after? And we decided rather than doing 6 or 8 smaller workshops, we would try a bigger event. And it was born out of there, really. I think we were talking about lots of different things. We were talking about potentially doing a franchise retreat somewhere, and the word festival came around. And it was just a great theme to build a business event round. So that's kind of where it came from. And I suppose since then, it's just grown into what it is now.
You know, the one thing that's really surprised me this year has been the total positive feedback. Everyone seems to have really got behind the idea that you don't have to have a bog standard conference. It doesn't have to be suited and booted and boring.
The truth is, Franchise Fest is just a unique environment. It's warm, it's friendly, and yet it's really educational. And in those informal moments, we make great relationships. Personally, I think it's just the best place to be. Relationships are what drive business. When it's informal and educational, it's a winner.
I think the second year of Franchise Fest has massively improved. I think the first year when you put on this kind of event, and people in the franchise world know how much work goes into putting on an event because they all do conferences, and very often it's actually hard to imagine how much work does go into putting on one big event like Franchise Fest. And I think in the first year we didn't really know how it'd go. The business side of the content and creating a business conference, we were confident that would go well because we thought we had lots of good content, but the evening entertainment, the festival theme, trying to have this kind of really relaxed atmosphere, that's something you can't really plan for. So I think going into the first year we were quite nervous about how that would go. Because it went well in the first year, I think this year we kind of were more confident that the whole festival theme would work and that the evening would work. So we were probably more confident going into it, and obviously having the learnings we had from the year before meant that we could really kind of take the event to the next level. And I think from the feedback we've had and how the event went, I think we did that, so it was great.
I think the best thing's just been, to be honest, how everyone's just kind of come together. We've had a really good couple of days, really good community, franchise community. Everyone's been really engaged in all the sessions. There's been lots of discussions as well going on and networking during the breakout sessions. And I just think, yeah, it's just really nice for everyone to be able to come together for 2 days out of the office, really kind of get their heads down and yeah, just learn lots of things to help them grow their businesses.
Favourite part for me was the evening, I think, because, as I've already said really, because it's a business event, you kind of can plan a bit. We've all been to lots of business events and you kind of know what you're getting when you get there and you can plan that, but the evening is completely different. Suddenly you've got everyone coming back from the daytime in the evening and you're having dinner, you've got different activities on, you're going to have live music. It's very hard to know how that could go. It could fall completely flat. Luckily it didn't, and it was really great. So that was probably my favourite part. I think it's a really nice atmosphere to be in from a business event because people really do relax and socialise, and I think that's where a lot of the great connections are made. So I think that's a really powerful part of Franchise Fest. And the evening was great. So we had Sarah Prezel done a creative workshop, which was As People Arrived, which really got people into the kind of spirit of the evening. We then had Laura, part of our team, singing. She'd done an amazing job. And then we had Matt O'Neill and his band, The Superheroes, who were fantastic. And I think it was great because obviously Matt's part of franchising as well, so that all tie into Franchise Fest was brilliant. So that was probably my favourite part. And actually, Laura sang with Matt's band, The Superheroes, and that was a really nice moment too.
Well, I came to Franchise Fest because I was in the UK, came over from North America. I have a list of learnings to take away. I've got takeaways to implement from just about every single session that I sat in on.
I think the best thing about Franchise Fest was Tommy Gentleman's presentation at the beginning, and then the evening when we all had a good dance. It was really fun. And then Jason Todd's speech at the end was really inspiring.
So the plans for next year have already started. I think the great thing about these kind of events is that we obviously always want to push the boundaries a bit further, and each year you learn a few things and you come up with a few ideas and think, wow, if we do this or we do that, it will take it to the next level. For me, I think going even further with the festival theme. I think the massively important part of putting on any type of business event is that the content has to be really good. So that's the first thing we focus on, making sure we've got lots of great speakers that can deliver lots of content of value so people go away and they feel it was a worthwhile investment of their time and money. So that's the first focus, but I think the next stage for me is really making it even more of a festival and bringing that spirit alive. And we tried it this year and we didn't quite probably achieve it. And that would be to get as many franchised businesses supplying and performing at Franchise Fest. So I would absolutely love to have, for example, in the evening, a children's activity dance school, maybe doing a performance. Maybe we have a yoga franchise doing a yoga class in the morning. So we're actually getting lots of franchisees delivering content and activities and entertainment to Franchise Fest. And I think that would take it to the next level and really be a celebration of everything that's great about franchising.
So next year we've already got loads of plans. As the 2 days have been going on, I've got loads of plans coming in, like in my head, of ideas we can do for next year. Sneak peek is that we are thinking of doing some merchandise next year, so maybe some Franchise Fest t-shirts or something like that, that everyone can get on board with, and yeah, all sorts of different things that we're coming up with.
I think putting on this kind of event really it's funny because now the event's over, you come away from it and you're really fired up for the next year. And I remember being like that after the first year, and then you put it back on again, and actually with about 3 months to go, it's a very stressful thing because you know there's a lot of interest in people coming, but you still need so many tickets to be sold, and it like about 3 months out it becomes quite a stressful thing to do. But then you remember why you do it, why you're at the event, and the feedback you get and the value people take away makes all of that worthwhile. But I think for us it has been a risky thing, and we probably, looking back when we first decided to do it in year one, didn't really appreciate how much work it would be and possibly how much of a risk it was as well. So thankfully I think we're through that, and I think going into the third year now we've got enough interested people that have been that we will be more and more confident that it's going to work. But yeah, I suppose we're all quite proud of it because I think it was a big risk, and actually looking back on it, would you do it all again? I'm not sure, but I think that's a great thing. The team have all done a great job, and I think it's something, yeah, as I say, we're all very proud of.